Hi, let's go for a ride.
Bicycles always had a distinguished standing in my life, with a certain amount of deeper meaning to them. From 40 years ago, when I taught myself to ride, all the way to very recently, where I decided to start a YouTube channel about them, bikes are and always have been surrounded by an aura of importance to me. And while I could lose myself in their technicalities all day long, they go beyond being mere machines. There's more to them than just specs. They have characteristics. They have a personality.
But since the act of riding means so much to me, the logical next step is to embrace the equipment that enables and inspires me. So today, in the spirit of giving and sharing, I would like to introduce you to my gang of bikes.
The correct number of bicycles to own is given as n+1, wherein n equals the number of bicycles currently owned. This feedback loop can become a problem on many levels, from budgetary limits to storage challenges to upkeep and transportation logistics.
This week, we'll have a look at the 4 rides that are featured on this channel. There is more, and there will be more, and maybe one day we'll do a complete stable check. But for now, let's ride, talk about, and get to know the main black bikes. Oh, and of course they have names.
My commuter and daily rider is a heavily modified 2011 Cannondale Bad Boy. He sits on 26-inch wheels, smaller than the 700cc rims it came on, which lowers the whole ride. Having the pedals now closer to the ground is the trade-off for a more nimble, quick-turning urban assault vehicle.
This guy turns on a dime. He'll wiggle through traffic like it's nobody's business. He's also fast, make no mistake, but he's agile. Sometimes outright squirmish. If you point him that way, he'll do a 90-degree turn, whether you are ready for it or not.
In his current form, he sports a 1x11 SRAM Rival drivetrain with a ridiculously flat road cassette from 11 to 23 teeth. To get a cassette like this on a 26-inch rim, I had to have the wheel built. The front chainring has 48 teeth. He is stopped by quad nano hydraulic disc brakes, which at the time were the hottest stuff out there.
Today they're discontinued, and it's getting increasingly hard to find parts for them, so I guess I'll have to upgrade soon. I just really like the looks of those.
He is named after Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, because he initially had a series of mysterious mechanical issues that took several techs in several shops and several upgrades to finally function properly. Chasing down those faults sometimes felt like very advanced physics, hence the name.
Planck is also a sound the headset would sometimes make, until I had it rebuilt. Also, a lot of mechanics tried to figure out his gears for the longest time. They worked, but not well. And slipping through gears on an ultra-nimble bike with a funky headset? That's a problem. Ever since he's a one-by, he runs like clockwork. He is my most reliable bike now, with the fewest visits to the shop.
Planck and I are a perfect match. I don't have favorite bikes, but if I could only have one, it would be him. I would miss mountain biking though.
In my limitless naivete, I once tried Planck on a trail. And as mellow as the trail was, I knew immediately it's not gonna happen. Planck was like, dude, I rode with you through London, Indianapolis, and now Tucson. I toured with you through Cornwall and the Scottish Highlands. I get you to the coffee shop every day, and I'll get you through the desert if there's tarmac. Don't start with gravel now. Look at my tires. Yes, he said all those things. Get with the program, folks. Of course my bikes talk.
But the seed was sown. I had to get a mountain bike. This guy was my gateway drug into MTB. He's a 2018 Octane 1 Prone. Octane 1 is a small Polish bicycle maker, and the Prone was their breakthrough frame onto the international market. Bob is a 27.5-inch trail hardtail with an X-Fusion street fork fully extended to 140mm travel. He is a custom built by my favorite bike shop, JJ Bikes in Tucson. Jose used a SRAM 1x11 NX group, an 11-42 cassette, a 32-tooth chainring, and SRAM Level T brakes. Eventually, I'd like to get a bigger gearing range for him.
He's named after the stepson of a very good friend of mine in Berlin. Bob was 4 when I met him, and he moved through his city as if he owned the place. Perfectly safe and in control, and yet with this young-blooded curiosity. All wrapped up in this self-evidence, such a obviousness to all of his moves. Bob is definitely going places. Also, he takes no crap from nobody, so yeah, of course that's his name.
He instantly enabled me to get to the good spots. Deep in the desert, well out there, where not a lot of people get to go, on a capable machine that gets you there and back, no problem. Today I use him primarily to goof off. Some dabbles in trials, and as a jump bike.
I don't take him much to the trails anymore because, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, the ownership of a hardtail led to a full suspension bike.
Chell is a 2018 Diamondback Release 3. She's another 27.5 trail bike and the workhorse of this channel. She's got 140mm back and front travel on a Fox fork and shock, and Diamondback's own level link linkage. It's a pretty clever design that pedal bobs so little I hardly ever have to lock out.
Pedal bob, and I really need to do another lingo video. Pedal bob is the up and down movement of a full suspension bike as you pedal hard. Because full squish. You can lock out your suspension, but somehow this linkage here minimizes that effect. I suspect it's magic. The cool thing about Diamondback is that they give you a solid platform for a competitive price, and you can then upgrade as you progress as a rider. I figured if it's good enough for Seth and Eric Porter, it's good enough for me.
And upgrade I did. Stans rims, TRP G-Spec trail brakes, and a Box 3 1x9 11-50 drivetrain. 9-speed absolutely does the trick for me, and it's such a robust build. She's soon gonna get a 200mm front brake rotor.
Her name stems from the protagonist of Portal, the computer game, Chell. She's this playful movement talent, this super reliable partner in crime, up for anything you throw at her as long as you can hold on to the ride. And, unlike Plank, she does not talk. She do or she don't do, and she bouncy, but she don't talk. You know, Chell. I'm still waiting for the portal gun upgrade.
And last, but certainly not least, this rascal here, the BMX of black bikes. Loki is a bit of a part spin build. He's a brakeless fit Wi-Fi frame with a 20.75-inch top tube, a DK fork, and 19.5-inch raise fit handlebars.
He really is a bit too small for me. I'd love to get myself along a top tube. The Tall Order 315 in 21.75 would do the trick nicely, thank you very much. It also comes in black. Hashtag sponsor me.
He rolls on fit double wall rims with Sunday tires, got a Sunday headset and chainring with a bash guard, a Shadow Conspiracy bottom bracket, while Wise made the cranks, the seat and seat post, and the stem.
Told you, he's a part spin build. A dog from every village. but he is a boring troublemaker.
Loki has his name from the Norse god, a shapeshifter that sometimes assists his fellow divine beings, sometimes mischievously kinda sorta plays along, and sometimes is outright malicious. He appears as horse, but sometimes as a fish or an insect. And if that doesn't fit this street urchin here, I don't know what does.
I swear he sometimes feels like riding a fly or a salmon. He truly is a trickster god, and he got me into plenty of trouble and will continue to do so because I have goals on him. And I shall make them happen by Odin.
He is, without a doubt, the much better bike than I am a rider. We are working on that imbalance.
Okay, that was a little nose heavy.
Owning bikes is a fluid concept if you let it run loose. Of course, it's perfectly feasible to only have one bike. We even made a video about this. Spoiler alert, it's Bob. I myself had only one bike for the longest time. It was Plank. This pack is a somewhat new development. But as much as I enjoy the right tool for the job, whether it's careening through traffic, down a mountain, or over a ramp, I equally appreciate a fitting companion for the journey.
There's more bikes. And half bikes, frames, a parts bin. And there's bikes I'd like to get. A dirt jumper would be lovely. A true road racer, something really fast. Oh, and a dedicated downhill rig so parks won't smash Chell to pieces anymore.
I am not in love with one bicycle or four. I'm in love with the idea bicycle, with the very concept of it.
You do not spend a day or half an hour in a bike park and not learn something.
It's the best machine ever made, but there's another underlying and less definable level of interaction. To me, bicycles have a soul.
These here are mine, black, and featured on the channel. They bring me great joy and stories I can share with you. My bicycles have personalities. They have names. Some of them talk, and I have active relationships with them. There, I said it. All right, we sincerely hope you enjoyed this rundown of Black Bike's bikes. Next week we're gonna smash out 2021 with a banger. So please do like and subscribe. Find us on social media. We have a Patreon page. And as always, thanks for watching. Pedal hard.